So I just don't think that people realize how freaking faked out your whole fucking American narcissist system is. And how fake every fucking thing is. From your taxes to your supposed monies that are debt notes. They're not backed by anything because they want to instigate for digital warfare. And they're working an agenda because they're dumb cucked because they don't have a god. And they don't, well, they have a god, but it's the god of the, you know, the triangle that's this way and the triangle that's that way, like combined, like so above, so below type of bullshit, because they worship Baal, but they're 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 licking balls of Baal, you know. So bear with me here. I have a. Oh, where'd they go? Here they are. So I'm gonna post this because it's on a video that was teaching you how everything that is in a box was made for the government to keep you in a box, or to keep the payments in a box while your name is outside of that box on your water bill, for an example, or your utility bill. That was meant to be free. That's what literally, like, the land of the free and the home of the brave actually meant, is that your government under the Constitution was supposed to have these trust funds for you, not to be taking your identity so that they can pop your identity on the NASDAQ or whatever, you know, on the stock exchange, and then need you to get inside of the box or stay in line and do what the school says, and they have everything in a box, or you're checking in the boxes, fill in the boxes, check the boxes, or those little circles that you had to color in, you know, with your number 2 pencil. But people just don't understand how actually criminal that it is, based on mind control operations, psychological operations, spiritual operations. And so obviously any 501c3, which is any church or minister can't talk about this stuff, and they can't teach this stuff, otherwise they get their 501c3 taken away from them, because then they're going outside of that box. That's why the church, don't get me wrong, I believe it's good to go to church, but that's why the church itself is structured around the 1 or 2, 3 prayers for church, because they don't want you, it literally says that God doesn't want to hear mundane prayers, like no effectual prayers. And so he wants you to have effective and effectual prayers and a relationship with you, not, you know, just doing the legwork of a Christian, or I don't know how you'd say that, but doing the whole like look-alike of a Christian while not actually following Christ, to teach people things about their world that have to deal with the Bible in real time, in our real age of information. Well, we're out of the age of information. We're in the age of spiritual awakening now. We're realizing that all of these government officials are lying to us. It doesn't matter if they're red or blue. They're on the same team. And it's the same thing as the criminal versus the cop. You think that the cops are going after the criminals so that they can prosecute the criminals for crimes that the criminals are doing. No, they're protecting the criminals so that they can go after the innocent. Stealing away a person's identity, both your straw man and your integral identity. So here's Rob Diggs on Jerry's page, Jerry Reed, where he's teaching about these things. And he says, "Do you pay taxes?" And I look at his page. He's got 5 posts, and he works for the Intel base. Like, it's a complete fake page, no profile picture, just a complete sham of a person hiding behind an account, just like they do with Jimmy Mooney, Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, anyone that you like, even people you grew up with in high school. They see your conversation because they're hacking your device, and you'll be like, theoretically, like, hey, yeah, it's been a long time, we should talk more and become better friends. They will mimic that account onto a new account. So picture, name, face, image, all that. They'll duplicate it, and then they'll answer you back and say, "Hey, do you really mean that? You wanna get together and be better friends?" Or they'll make it just over the top, like, to make you recognize that this is psychological operations, how they mimic the accounts based on the only knowledge that they have of stealing your private life data away from you. So anyway, he says, Cobra Savvy Ninja Murden, which is my Facebook name now that I've had to start over 6 times. He says, "Do you pay taxes?" And so I write, "No, my guy, my identity has been stolen for years and almost targeted next to death. I can't pay taxes. If I can't own my own identity and be allowed to go to work, why, do you pay your taxes?" I write, "Do you realize you're a fake account, correct?" 100, like the red 100 underlines, like I'm 100% on this. He responds with an emoji of a laughing face, and then he says, "Oh my God, fake, laugh out loud." Oh my God, I'm fake, laugh out loud. I go, "Rob Deergs, yes, you are blocked." Then I blocked him, and it's like UCC Rob Deergs, 5 posts. Portland, Oregon, male, supposedly works for the Intel. Oh, I think that's the only truth in that, is that he's a fake account running propaganda, or running for propagandaists online, specifically to target little old me, just like I've been targeted. That's why they like their little vampire bugs and all that kind of stuff, because that's legitimately how these people work. They're vampires. They want you to, like, be born, draw your blood. You go in for, like, attempted murder, facts that they attempted murdered me, and they'll draw your blood. They won't do any kind of real testing. They do a lot of other things with your blood that, if you really look into these blood banks, you'd be like, what in the fuck do I go to allopathic care for anything for? Well, basically, they're just trying to stuff Ayurvedic medicine, which is herbs, basically, and then holistics, which is herbs and vegetables, organic. They need to be organic, grown with organic, good water, good clean soil, good clean air, good clean sunlight, not these aerosol planes running around in this geoengineering, trying to make sure everyone's vaccinated, on the voice over internet protocol, so to speak. So there you have it. It's how literally fake your world is.